Anyway, as the number of people in financial difficulty rises, so do the opportunities for those looking to take advantage of them.
Glen Campbell meets the families who are in danger of losing their homes.
We are a nation of home owners. 15 million of us in England and Wales own the roof we live under. Your home will be the most valuable asset you have, but what you have, others will want. And when an agent from the Bankruptcy Protection Fund Limited comes calling,
it could be the first step to you losing your home.
Every year, thousands of homeowners are made bankrupt in county court. It happened to Mandy Hindmarsh from Kent when her husband's courier venture went under, owing £27,000. The day after he was declared bankrupt, there was a knock at their door.
Somebody turned up at the front door telling me that they were going to help, that they were going to get the bankruptcy annulled, the remortgaged, all the debts paid, everything would be fine, as if nothing had ever happened. And it was my knight in shining armour that had come to my rescue.
But all was not what it seemed. This is the firm who offered to annul Mandy's bankruptcy. The Bankruptcy Protection Fund Limited and sister firm Consolidated Finance are based here in Salford. The sales pitch to Mandy was, first they'd get her a loan, then they'd reverse the bankruptcy order. Finally, they'd get her a remortgage so she could pay the loan back.
Yes, they paid the taxman, they paid all the unsecured creditors, and we were sailing, we were happy.
Happy until the crucial remortgage promised by BPF failed to materialise, leaving the Hindmarsh family stuck with that expensive loan and debts totalling more than twice the cost of their home. Which is what BPF have been trying to get their hands on now for more than 5 years.
I have her crying on the phone, "Mum, what am I going to do? She works so hard, it just breaks my heart."
I've lost 6 years of my life through worry because of it, and I just can't see any end in sight now. And if it weren't for my mum, my dad, I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
One person can only take so much, and they just keep piling it on us all the time.
Just like Mandy, John and Kathleen Howden from Grimsby also got a knock on the door.
I was under the impression that they were probably a government body who were trying to help people out with bankruptcy and avoid losing their homes. Of course, when it came to adding the interest on for the bridging loan, then it was going at £75 a day, so eventually it was reaching the £40,000, £50,000 mark.
Because they couldn't pay the fees and interest charges, their family home of 18 years was taken to pay the Bankruptcy Protection Fund Limited. John and Kathleen were forced to move in with their daughter. It's only when you read the small print you see the clause that gives BPF a legal charge on your home.
And as the One Show's discovered, homeowners across the country have suffered a similar fate at the hands of BPF's lawyers, backed up by county court judgments.
Rather than saving me from bankruptcy, they aggressively pursued my house. They just want to get your house as soon as they can, release the equity, and they're creating a huge amount of profit.
So, who's behind the Bankruptcy Protection Fund Limited?
Christopher Holmes is a former banker and is director of both BPF and Consolidated Finance. The more research we did, the more cases we found, and slowly the injustice of what's been happening became clear. And finally, on April the 16th, at London's Court of Appeal, 3 judges agreed, ruling that the Bankruptcy Protection Fund Limited's contracts were legally unenforceable in 4 test cases. What's more, they raised concerns at the unfairness of the transactions with its customers and misleading advertising material. As for the huge and hidden rates of interest, they were slated too.
So Mr. Holmes has repeatedly turned down our requests for a camera interview, so we're now going to take the camera to him. Well, this is where Mr. Holmes works. Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes? It's Glen Campbell from The One Show. Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes, would you come and answer some of our questions, please?
At that point, we were asked to leave.
Mr. Holmes preferred to stay behind his locked door. He could obviously hear us, but he remains camera shy.
Coward.
Yeah.
The irony that his name is Mr. Holmes.
I know, you
is
couldn't make it
incredible.
up, could
I
you?
know. Anyway, the Bankruptcy Protection Fund Limited say that they have hundreds of satisfied customers, and in the vast majority of cases, they help people annul bankruptcies and secure remortgages.
And the people in our film couldn't have achieved a positive result if they'd repaid their loans. Now, Rod, I was eating my...
done the one.
Oh, well,
There we are. Well, you know, we've had to put the pressure on where we can. Yeah.
I'm not sure that called for a round of applause, but thank you anyway.